So I'm going to be talking about a video that is a little over a year old now. Why am I talking about it? Because it only just now had come to my attention about it, and I think it's something that really does need to be said, and it's just something that I think needs to be addressed when it comes to fans of people who do rant videos or fans of the ranting community or like the OG community, that kind of thing. So there's this video recorded by someone. I don't want to give them the time of day, honestly, because I think they have the wrong perspective about it. But it's called AlphaOmegaSin finally explains why he hasn't been uploading and a mental breakdown. I wouldn't necessarily call it a mental breakdown, but he did get like super pissed in this video. Like I said, this video was uploaded on April 11th, a little over a year ago. It's got only about 6,000 views, and with how big of an audience AlphaOmegaSin had, I feel like this video needs to be shown more for people to know where he's been. And I want to talk about something that needs to be, I'm going to level with everyone here to try and put them on an understanding about why it is okay he is no longer making these kind of videos. This, apparently someone in the comments of this live stream that Alpha was doing was like, oh, you should go back to making rant videos, and like called him sellout because he stopped doing it. Apparently he's only been uploading videos to his Patreon. And the thing that really bothers me, like, I honestly feel like Alpha has every right to be as annoyed as he is about people demanding he comes back to make these rant videos. Because the way I see it, he was a genuine YouTuber, one of the last of them, who saw the site sinking and actually had the balls to jump ship. Like, everyone here bitches all the time about how YouTube is a terrible platform and they hate the new rules, but they won't do jack shit and leave or do anything to try and fix it. They'll just take it up the ass and they'll work with it. And, like, you know, he could do that if he wanted to. He's into video games. There's multiple different avenues for doing stuff talking about video games or making videos regarding video games. He could easily continue with doing like the Hate Bid podcast. He could be doing live streams and let's plays, but no. I mean, like I said, Lord knows there are plenty of people who do that thing to survive, but that's not what they want him to do. No, people want him to come back to making rant videos. They want him to be mad just for entertainment. Dance monkey dance. Like, that's the thing. So I never understand this kind of thing about ranters. So, like, or at least about fans of ranters, I should say. Why is it that you want them to be making videos about them being mad? Is it because they say what needs to be said? They can talk about this kind of stuff without being mad about it all the time. Like, why is it necessarily that it has to be a rant video? Like, why do you have to get so upset about this kind of thing and talk about it in that way? He doesn't have to do that. Like, I'm only making this video, and yeah, it's a rant, I guess, but that's because it's something that I feel like needs to be said, and I'm saying it, and I just so happen to be pissed off about it. That's the problem with the people in this community. The people are being demanding of people like him making videos, but what would be the point? Apparently people think he's about making money, even though he always made content that in current YouTube, it would never fly. And it barely got promoted before to begin with. He earned the audience he has. Like people used to say Boogie2988 earned the audience that he had when he got over 1 million subscribers. Yeah, look where he's at now. Alpha never conformed to like the rules of YouTube or like with the new policies. He made rants all the time about how YouTube was getting screwed all the time by Google's company corporate rules, and I don't understand why people suddenly think, "Oh, he's only about making money only because he posts on his Patreon." I'll get to that in a moment. But if he were to actually come back to YouTube, he'd be pandering to the demanding fans that want him to make rants. But if he tried to do something different to where he actually could survive on YouTube, he'd be selling out. So what is so wrong about him going and doing what makes him happy? Like he just said in the stream, he's going to college, he's getting married, he's getting a better job to support him and his son. Oh yeah, that's so awful. And he mentioned that like there were funerals in his life to two very important people to him. That was like a catalyst that what stopped him to making videos. Oh yeah, dude, he must be a real scumbag. Maybe he should have done like that douche kid behind a camera and just exploit the whole death like he did to Angry Grandpa, video after video. There you go, pure fucking entertainment. And the whole thing with Patreon, like I watched Alpha's videos regularly until he stopped uploading them. I never even knew he had one because like he said, he never promoted it or said anything about having it when he was making public videos. Who even knows how little he makes with his Patreon when he's trying to find better work and pay? So what if he posts content on the side and make a little extra? Like, it still doesn't mean he's about the money. He's not one of these retarded influencers who are like so demanding of free shit and tries to live off of only YouTube and Patreon so he doesn't have to work a day in his life. He's going to college so he can actually get a better job. Don't you think he'd want to be making YouTube videos so he could pay off the stupid college tuition? Can you imagine how much that's going to cost? And he's even said in this video that like when he was making videos, he never took any sponsors. He never hoarded out promotion. It's like, where do people get off on saying this guy is all about making money if he makes decisions like that? In this description too, the guy apparently says that like he takes handouts that people like are like giving old video games for him to play. But it's like he isn't demanding to receive them. You know, he still has the audience and he interacts them with some ways. Like he's doing the live streams with them and fans still like him and they still want to show their appreciation, you know. He's not giving fans the middle finger. He's giving it to the entitled fools who wants him to always be mad and yelling at a camera for menial reasons. Like this is the thing about ranters like and I've talked about this with my friend Chris is like so many times there are times where people only make these videos just for the sake of being angry and it's all an act. Like they only put on face when they're on the camera and then they do away with it afterwards. And obviously Alpha did not want to do that and I have respect for him for wanting to do that because it shows that he actually is becoming a better person. And people are sitting there saying like, "Oh, he's just giving his old fans the middle finger. He's just so rude to his fans." He's not being rude to his fans. He's being rude to the people who are being rude to him, demanding that he comes back to make these dumb videos in the first place. His rants were entertaining back then, but he's pretty much said everything that needs to be said. He's been doing it since 2008. If he kept making videos like this when like history is just going to keep repeating itself, there is literally nothing that needs to be said that he hasn't already said in the past about corporate companies. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like him to keep ranting about Capcom? Well, they haven't really been doing jack shit lately, now have they? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like him to talk about how the new Xbox design is terrible? He's already talked about the Xbox One like numerous times about how bad that one was. I don't know what else to say, but like honestly, you just like you guys need to get over it. It's done. Like there's no reason for him to make these kind of videos anymore. I'm sorry. Like enjoy the content that you have. At least he's not being a punk bitch like Undertaker Freak 1127 and deleting his whole channel saying, "Oh, I regret making those old videos, you know. I just hate that I went through that." Whatever, man. People are fucking retarded.